How's it going, YouTube? This is Foxy Bloodhound. I'm coming to you again from Hope, Arkansas. We have a fascinating story with one of the small business owners here in town. His name's Anthony. He's going to tell us a little bit about his business and then about a childhood friend who actually tracked him down after, what, 40
40
years?
something years.
40 something years of not talking. So here he is. Do you want to introduce yourself, Anthony, and what
Hey
your business
guys,
is?
I'm Anthony. I'm in Hope, Arkansas, and um, I know this is a short clip of what goes on, but I've been here for 12 years since 2010,
What's
and
the name of the business?
it's in house. We sell furniture, um, rustic furniture,
Gotcha.
appliances.
I'll do a quick pan so that people can see the
Yeah.
type of products. Um, Kind of a very Southern charm type of furniture. There's leather and hardwood, and it looks like it's all put together pretty well. I definitely like the look of it.
Definitely put together here in America too. We don't sell too much Chinese stuff. I know there's a lot of that going around, and I don't want to bash the Chinese, but um, I think we need to
American made
start.
helps manufacturing
I
here.
think that we need to start doing what America does best, which is manufacturing. If anybody out there knows anything, everything that the modern world has known, the modern invention has been invented here in the U.S. and they copy us all over the world. The first phone call
Yeah.
was made up in New York, in Manhattan, New York, and um,
The internet
Long
was
Island.
invented in the United States. It was a
The,
defense program.
That's right. And so, planes, cars, everything that the modern world knows has been invented here. And I think we need to bring that back over here. And I'm not getting political. I'm just seeing what I see, that.
It's a
Uh,
common theme with small business owners that they're very concerned about getting stuff done here instead of somewhere else.
Absolutely. And I think that, we need to bring America back for sure. Being here in Hope, Arkansas, Hope it's small town in southern part of Arkansas. We're like almost in the corner of the four states that it's Arkansas and Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana. Um, it's small business. It started out as something that I needed to do something to keep my cool and keep my sanity, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, I'm from New York, um, Richmond Hill, Queens, actually, and I grew up over there. And as
So what brought you to Hope?
uh, well, that's another story. I used to work for a bank in New York, and back in 9/11, I went underneath the towers about 45 minutes, 42 minutes before they went down. And I retired from the bank because I developed this, I don't know if it was a fear or something, but every time I came into the city, I couldn't even breathe. So I retired and I worked for them for 27 years. And I was on my
Yeah.
way to see my sister in Austin, Texas, and I stopped over here because of the Bill Clinton Museum.
Hmm.
And I
You fell in love with the town.
I've been to Europe and all kinds of places, and this kind of resembles somewhat if you drive up north, through 71 and through the mountains, you'll see a big resemblance on the big forests up in Germany and Italy and France. Pretty places. And I know quite a bit of the world, but I didn't know much of the country here because I never really traveled inside the country. But I fell in love with the place, and I decided that I was going to move here, and I did. Um, Now I have this business. I own a few houses.
Did you know right away that you were going to own your own business when you came to Hope, or did you
Well,
think you were going to work somewhere else?
coming from my background, I knew I had to do something. I just didn't know what it was going to be. So one day I was walking by and I saw this place and I said, well, this would be a good place to open up a business.
Yeah.
At the time, I really didn't know what I was going to do. So, well, here we are. it's been work in progress, if you will. Um, Very interesting, and I find people up here in the Midwest fascinating. In New York, you could.
New York can be kind of aggressive with their
Uh,
mannerisms.
oh man, and I mean, people could drop off a heart attack on the entrance to a subway, and people would just jump right over of it and just keep on going. You're like on the middle of this
That's crazy.
masses of people, but yeah, you don't know anybody. Over here, I used to get blown away by like people just waving at me in front of the store. You know what I mean?
Just
Like,
saying hi.
yeah, he's saying hi. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, do I know this guy? So it's been very interesting. Culture shock, as far as I'm concerned. It's a whole different world. Um, Easy pace of living. Cost of living is so much better over here than.
Oh, the city. They'd charge you
Yeah.
$4,000 for a studio apartment.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, taxes on the house if you live up in the suburbs are like $2,000 a month. With $2,000 over here, I can own 3 or 4 houses in 1 month. But anyway, yeah. So that's the story, and we've been here in Hope for a while. Uh, I had at the time when I first moved out here, my children were about 18, 17, and 4. 2 boys and a girl. The girl being the youngest one, and they just couldn't get used to the thing over here. So eventually they moved back to New York, and I ended
Yeah.
up staying over here. But anyway, that sums it all up about, and I'm happy here. And
So tell us a little bit about the news that you got this morning.
oh yeah, I went to school with this girl named Vita. Shoot, probably like 5th, 6th grade. One day, we were like pits and carrots, if you will, and all throughout our childhood. And then one day I walked outside. They live right across the street from us, and I walked outside and I see a big. I don't even remember if it was a U-Haul truck or what it was, but
It was a moving truck.
it was a moving truck, and they were loading stuff, and there she was, and she came out, and she was crying, and she told me, "Oh, we're moving away, and my dad got a new job, and they were moving to California, and I never heard from her again."
And how many years was it?
Well,
Something more than 40, like
it's
45-ish?
Yeah, it's somewhere around 44, 45, somewhere around there, years ago.
And then when did
I-
she actually reach out to you? Was that this
Actually-
morning?
No, actually, she located me on Facebook, and she asked me if I was who she thought I was. And then she asked me for my phone number, and I did give her my phone number. Didn't talk. I just told her, look, I'm from here. This is my address, blah, blah, blah. This is where I used to live. And, yes, my name is Anthony, and I knew a girl named Vita, and blah, blah, blah. So this morning, when I came in, I didn't even look at if I had any messages or anything. So I just said over here, it's been a very hectic morning, by the way. And I looked at my message, and there was a picture of us in front of the school with
So she reached out before, but today you actually got confirmation that it was the right person.
She did, and I was like blown away by it. I just texted her, and I said, "Man,
44,
I'm blown-
45 years in the making.
Yes.
And all this time later.
All this time later, it's like
And
it's
you guys
us.
you must have been really close friends for her to track you down after
we
45
were
years.
separated. And it was nothing. It was nothing. We were too young and too innocent back in those days.
Yeah,
it wasn't
10,
like
11
this
years
today,
old or something like that.
It wasn't. It was.
You were just
nothing-
good friends.
It was nothing sexual or anything. There was like 4 of us, 4 or 5 of us.
You were just good friends.
And we were just good friends, and I was just blown away.
Kind of like the movie The Sandlot.
Yeah,
all the best friends. They
Right,
all spent time
and-
together.
Right, and now,
Yeah.
she left, and then I never heard from her again, and now it's like, wow, I'm like,
All
shoot,
this time later.
all this time later, can you imagine that?
What a crazy world we live in.
Oh man, the world is closer than you think. Things happen because I don't know, there's something about us that actually controls everything.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That's wild. So I mean, are you guys? Oh, do you have any idea if you guys are gonna go one person to the other place, or if you're gonna meet up and visit
Well,
with each other?
eventually, I like to catch up with her, even though
Yeah.
we're like on their, we're on our late, 50s, and I like to catch up with her and see what she's done with her life,
And just
and
talk about
yeah,
everything.
just
The missing 45 years.
yes, like put that missing link together. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, I think if we meet, we'll be awesome.
And
That
she's
would be
somewhere
great.
out in California, and
She's
we're out in Arkansas.
Pasadena, California. That's where
Whew.
she's at.
That's
Yeah.
it's more than.
And I think she's been there since they moved away.
She's just been there the whole time.
She's been there the whole time. I just didn't know. I knew it was California that they were moving. And
Yeah, but nobody tells a 10 or 11-year-old what the forwarding address is.
right,
Like,
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you your forwarding address, and then and now it's like I think we're seeing a word that it's ever changing, and the advances in technology are doing such a wonderful things,
and they've
reunited
got
people.
Ancestry.com and stuff like that too, so you can track down relatives that you
Right.
never even knew you
That
had.
you never even knew you had. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and it's just I'm still a little overwhelmed with its situation. So.
Yeah. It's
But
pretty
it's
cool
awesome.
though. I mean,
That
that
is-
is a heck of a story.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like, well, that's why when you walked in, I was like almost like daydreaming, you know what I mean? I'm like still trying to digest this thing,
Yeah, and I mean, for those of you watching at home, when I run these interviews, I pretty much just walk into the business and then we sit down and talk for a
Yeah,
few
like-
minutes, and that's it. I don't come in and plan out appointments for weeks out and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll come back the following day, but that's about it. We're meeting each other for the first time.
Exactly, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not like we planned this, or this
Yeah.
is being edited, it's not being edited. Or
Yeah, what are the
anything, we
odds,
just,
right?
you
What
know,
are the
yeah,
odds that
what
I
are
come
the
in and
odds
I'm a YouTuber,
Yeah.
like the same day that this
happens,
miraculous
yeah.
thing happens?
Yeah, man, things are
Yeah.
awesome, God is
Yeah,
great.
if you want to follow up in like a couple months or something after you guys meet, you're welcome to come back to the video and post a comment. I might even drive back out here to get a follow up with you.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. We'll see what
Yeah, we'll see.
develops.
I mean,
Yeah.
who knows? We're just figuring it
never
out
know
today.
You never know what can happen. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind coming back to Hope. It's a small town and there's not much to do, but in August, I hear there's a watermelon festival.
Yeah.
Pretty
and
much
also-
everyone I talk to.
Also, if
Yeah.
you come in the springtime, we get a lot of rain and kind of like early summer. It is beautiful. I mean, there's a lake up not too far from here. It's called Lakewood Lake. And man, I'm telling you, you'll be blown away by it. I done a little fishing out there. I have a friend that has a plane, and
No kidding.
I always wanted to learn how to fly it, so I've been taking some lessons in it. And you got to see this place from up in the air, man. It is just
Beautiful
it's beautiful.
forest,
Yeah.
open countryside,
Oh,
lakes.
man, all lakes and farms, and you can go on and you can see trees that are like 150 years old, and forest trees that haven't been forests. You know what I mean? And you see these pines that are like 3-4 feet in diameter, 50, 100 feet in the air. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's just unbelievable.
Incredible.
I mean, it's just
My
place-
frustration with the town is that my car doesn't work, so I can't drive to any of the cool stuff that people tell me about. I'm
Well,
pretty
you
much
know-
relegated to just downtown Hope.
Downtown Hope, yeah. Well, if your car gets going, you know what I mean, you might want to look around.
Hopefully
there's
Friday.
a place, actually, there's a lot of history over here too.
Yeah?
There's a place that's called Old Washington, Arkansas. It was
Old
the
Washington.
Confederate capital of the United States at one time.
That's really cool. I've
Yeah.
got so many places to go in Arkansas now. I've spent so much time talking with people. I've got Eureka that I'm supposed to go
Eureka
to.
Springs is a
Yeah,
wonderful place
where you
to
could
see.
see the old town underneath like coffee shops and stuff. They
Yes.
just have glass floors.
Uh-huh.
That blows my mind. And
Oh,
then there's a
it's-
diamond mine out here that I'm supposed to go to.
Yeah, Murfreesboro, Arkansas. It's got the only mine in the world, the only diamond mine in the world that's actually open to the public.
Wow,
Yeah, so
that's
I mean,
insane.
Yeah, Hot Springs is another place that you might want to visit. I mean, Hot
Oh,
Springs
I
is,
went to Hot Springs. Hot Springs, I went through all the prohibition tunnels under the town,
yeah.
and I went exploring. It got up to above my knees in the water, but the water was warm. Even now in January, the
Yes,
water was warm
yeah,
because of the hot springs.
that's why it's called Hot Springs. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a wonderful tourist place. There's a lot of people that come from all over.
There's a
You know.
lot of small town rumors in Hot Springs.
Oh yeah,
A
you
lot of
know.
misbehaving that's apparently happening, but I won't
Yes.
dig into it.
But
Yeah.
I mean, like it's like with every
Yeah, it's
tourist
every
thing,
town's got their
yeah.
gossip.
Down
Yeah.
here, there ain't much gossip, man. I'm like,
I've
there's
noticed
got to
that.
be about
Yeah.
20, 30 churches over here. Most people, this has got to be
It's a
the
very
safest.
Christian.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you talk about the Christianity. It's like everywhere you turn around, there's a church there. You mean that people have memberships? And
Yeah.
that, like I.
To occupy some of my time while I'm here, I re-downloaded a game I haven't played in a very long time, Pokemon Go.
Oh.
And part of the game is that there are monuments or significant places around town that you go to, and it gives you stuff in the game.
Right.
Well, like every freaking one of them's a church. Like, every one of these
So
little destinations that you go to is a church.
So
Yeah.
I'm not making this up.
Yeah, there's like 6 or
Anyway,
8 churches in walking
we
distance.
Have, I'm a Christian man, and I go to church. I'm a deacon in the church, and I preach a little bit, and I'm not shy about speaking up, and
Mhm. Well,
also I'm part of the only Hispanic radio station here in Hope, Arkansas, 94.7 FM. Um, and what we do is we spread the gospel through the radio. It's on the
wow.
internet, and yeah, it's something I'm proud of it because I've been part of it. It's one of my
Just sending the good word out there.
yeah, and one of my I like to think that I had great influence on getting that here at home.
Yeah.
I did a lot of the paperwork and got the permits, and went through the FCC. I'm not from here, so
I'm sure it helps you feel part of the community.
yeah, it does, and it kind of fulfill something that was needed here.
It gives you your staple in the small town.
It does. It makes me feel like I'm contributing.
Yeah, part of the
Some-
community. You're being
yeah.
constructive to your
Right.
neighbors.
And not in a bad way, but in a good way.
Yeah, constructive.
A lot of it has got to do with a lot of. We have a very, very strong Mexican community here.
I've noticed a lot of Mexican food places.
Yes.
I had the best Mexican food of my life in Hope, Arkansas.
Well,
I've lived less than 400 feet from the Mexican border,
really.
and this is the best Mexican food I've ever had.
Wow. Well,
El Agave's in
Agave's-
town. Holy
El
guacamole.
Agave's, yeah, the owner is a friend of mine.
Yeah, he did an interview. He's on the channel.
Fernando, and he's a great guy, and he's very entrepreneurial and good guy. You know what I mean?
He's made it through rough times in this town too.
He's been through, thick and thin, as they say.
Well, for him, it's his dream and it's his passion, and
Well,
he loves
he
cooking.
has fulfilled,
Yeah.
somewhat his dreams. In fact, I have a storage facility in the back, and he keeps a lot of his equipment in a couple of my storages, and
Man, that's very
Yeah.
small town charm.
It
Very
is,
small
it
town
is. And
charm.
everybody knows everybody, and something happens, you know what I mean? We all come together, and we all try to help each other out, and that's part of being part of this
Community.
small, neatly tied community, whenever someone needs something, we all come together and we help out, and Fernando's got a great restaurant. There's a couple of guys down the road over here on 3rd Street that have used car dealerships. They're very successful. There's a couple of.
And I hope Fernando decides to open El Agave is out in Arizona.
Well,
I don't know if he's really at that point, but man, I
but
really hope he would be.
you know, you know, he's successful in his own right, and
Oh,
who
he
knows,
is. He
who
is.
knows what can lead. I know that his family is a big family, and they all own restaurants. In fact, there's an El Agaves in, I think, in Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Um, three other places there are El Agaves restaurants. So
Yeah, he told me he worked for restaurants before, but it wasn't his passion. And like he
well,
has
like
a
I
lot of
said,
heart, a
he
lot
came
of
from
heart, a lot
humble
of personal
beginnings.
recipes.
He did came from humble beginnings, and and he's got a nice place now, as you can see.
Oh yeah,
He's
I
got a
went and
nice
I had the
restaurant.
tamales there.
Uh-huh.
Blew me away.
Yeah,
Blew me away.
their food is great, and their prices are very reasonable. And he's a
Mhm.
he's a good man all around, a good family man, married, wife, kids, and I wish him nothing but the best. Um,
I keep hearing like constructive. These guys do a great job. These guys do a great job. Oh, you should talk to these guys. They're fantastic. Like it seems like everybody in the community has nothing but support for each other, which is unique to
that's
Hope.
what,
A lot of
yeah.
places say, "Well, we're better than this place." Instead, this place is saying,
Well,
"Oh, these guys do have a coffee shop, and
as
their
I
coffee
said,
shop is awesome."
as I said, we are a very neatly tight community, and we stand behind each other. You know what I mean? And we make sure that when something happens, like I said, we take care of us.
I think I have to come back in August now.
Oh, you should.
I don't know. I can't commit to it, but man, it feels like I gotta come back in August.
Well, if you ever come back, we'll take you up and we'll take you fishing or something. So you
Yeah.
can show the YouTubers that.
Yeah, what you guys do for fun out here?
What we do.
A
For
little
fun.
slower in January.
Yeah. Four-wheeling, it's a thing. When I came out here,
Yeah.
I didn't even know what a four-wheeler was.
Oh man,
You
it's
know, 'cause
fun.
I
Oh, I
came
grew
from-
up in rural Arizona where they're
I
mud
came-
bogging.
Yeah. I came out from New York where, you got
City.
buses and subways and things like that. You know what I mean?
Going out in the mud wasn't something
the guy
that-
told me, "Hey, go start up my four-wheeler," and I was like, "What?" And he looked at me like I had three heads. But hey,
Yeah.
it's a fun thing to do. There's a lot of farms, and sometimes you can see cows right in front of it. You can hear them moving right in front of my store. It only happens in Hope, Arkansas.
Just so you guys know, this is not like a store that is like on the edge of town. This is in the middle
This is
of
I'm
downtown
right
Hope.
in the middle of it, the whole thing.
Yeah, but that's the
And it-
sense that you get from the community. It's
Yes,
rural
sir.
and it's tight knit and it's supportive.
Awesome.
So, what do you want to shout out for your business? Is there a way that people can purchase things online from you?
No, I don't have a website just yet. Basically just walk-ins and whatnot. So
Yeah. Well, it's beautiful
in the-
furniture.
In the future, we expect to grow and probably have a website where they can purchase stuff, because some of the stuff that we got is really pretty. But
Yeah.
for now, we're just gonna do what we do.
Well, all right. Well, I think that's it. At least for this location, I'm going to keep walking around, finding more people to talk to and Hope. I got to say, I am blown away by just how tight knit this community is and how much they support each other. It's very, this is pinnacle America. This is the way that it was. This is the way that I feel like it should be. It's just incredible. And the innovation in this town is awesome. I mean, I've found people running businesses where I wouldn't have even thought to have that business. But yeah, it's a really cool place. Come check it out if you get the chance. And as always, if you guys have somewhere you want me to go or something you want me to do, leave it in that comment section down below.